Welcome everyone, and thanks for joining us. Today, we're here for the next installment of the SurveyCTO webinar series. My name is Amrik Cooper, and I am the Director of Customer Success at Dubility. I'm here today to present a special opportunity, the SurveyCTO Partner Program. I'm joined today by one of our founding partners, Maulik Chauhan of Trestle. Trestle is a technology-driven social enterprise that supports not-for-profits, NGOs, and academics, and provides a range of consultancy services. Today, Maulik will demonstrate the basics of Trestle's approach to dashboarding for data collection projects. Now, before we get started, please feel free to use the chat to ask questions. If you're experiencing technical difficulties, not seeing the slide presentation, or struggling to hear either of us, please use the chat to alert us, and we'll do the best that we can if it seems like it's a problem on our end. But thanks in advance for your patience with any technical difficulties. In today's webinar, we'll work through the following agenda. We'll provide an overview of the partner program, outline the benefits of membership. We'll look at the benefits of using partners' services. We'll take a quick look at some of our founding partners. And lastly, we'll look at the requirements of becoming a partner. So after my brief presentation, Maulik will provide a demonstration of what clients of partners like Trestle can look forward to when they work with a SurveyCTO expert in the partner program. And we'll have time for Q&A toward the end. First, let's have a look at that overview. So what is the SurveyCTO Partner Program? The Partner Program is an opportunity for the Dubility team to collaborate with the deep product experts inside the SurveyCTO user population. SurveyCTO is recognized today as the right tool for so many data collection-related challenges, partly due to the problem-solving abilities and creativity of our most expert users. Those same users have also acted for years in an informal capacity, promoting the software they trust, helping to spread SurveyCTO from team to team and from project to project. We're looking to formalize and promote these activities and relationships to give the product advocates in the SurveyCTO user population the recognition they deserve. Recognition as a partner will confirm the deep product expertise that partners have with the platform. Through our cooperation, we aim to put SurveyCTO in the hands of a wider range of organizations to help them improve data quality and data security. Let's have a look at some of the benefits of becoming a partner. So what do partners have to gain? Well, firstly, partners can gain status through association with a brand that has become synonymous with high quality data and data security. Partners can trade on their association with the SurveyCTO brand, reinforcing their own commitment to these same values. Partner status also confirms your expertise with the platform, confirming for potential clients that they would be in great hands if they chose to do business with you. Partners will also be supported in their business development activities through a growing body of partner marketing materials that confirm your status, expertise, and make the best case for SurveyCTO as the right choice of technology. In addition to the business partner, or the business that partners themselves are able to develop through their own efforts, partners will receive referrals through the partner network when prospects approach Dubility for services. Further, the work that partners do can be showcased from time to time in blog posts, case studies, through providing sample data collection workflows, and webinars like this one. Lastly, qualifying partners can take a share of subscription revenue from new SurveyCTO servers when their clients pay for SurveyCTO. But why would somebody want to work with a partner? I mean, SurveyCTO is available to anybody, and anybody can register on the internet. Yeah, so what does an organization have to gain from working with a SurveyCTO partner? Partner status should provide your clients with confidence that a partner truly understands how to get the most out of the platform. The best partners will be equals of the full-time staff at Dubility, but who have even more experience applying the software to real-life challenges, justifying them as guides and experts on the platform. That experience will help partners make the competitive advantage of SurveyCTO clear to clients with the help of provided marketing materials. So partners will have their own specializations, sector-specific experience, but our hope is that across the partner program, clients will be able to find sector experts who can help them with getting started with the platform in general, assistance with form design, the design of longitudinal data collection workflows, product training to help get new teams up to speed, development of monitoring systems, which Maulik will talk more about, integration of SurveyCTO with other systems, and last and not least, for those of you with software development experience, plugin design. Let's take a look at some of the partners that we have today. So, of course, on the side, you can see Trestle listed amongst our partners. Many our partners are all leaders in their respective global spheres of influence and inside their sectors. And across the partners that you can see listed, they provide services to clients in Latin America, Africa, Middle East, and across Asia. So our coverage is definitely growing as the partner program continues to receive inquiries. So let's take a look at some of the requirements of becoming a partner. Prospective partners should have advanced knowledge of the SurveyCTO platform, generally have a good reputation within their sector, have evidence of their history of providing high-quality services to their clients, and have a history of strong SurveyCTO subscription patterns. So, lastly, for now, about the partner program. If you're interested in finding out more or applying to become a partner, please visit the partner program webpage and click on the Get in Touch link to make inquiries. You can see the partner program page just on the bottom of the slide. We'll display it again later in the presentation. So for now, I'd like to hand over to Maulik Chauhan from Trestle, who has kindly agreed to demonstrate some basics of what Trestle provide in terms of dashboarding services. Maulik, when you're ready, please take it away.
So hello, everyone. Good day, good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Thank you so much, Amrik and the SurveyCTO team, for giving us a wonderful opportunity to participate in your partner program and to be a part of this webinar and talk on building dashboards. I am Maulik Chauhan and the Managing Director for Trestle Research and Consulting, and I'm based out of India. Before we jump in, I would like to quickly introduce Trestle. As Amrik has already shared about Trestle, so I'm not talking much into this, but basically we are working for SurveyCTO since 2015, and after 2015, we have never used any other platforms. Primarily, we are focusing on India, Asia, and Africa markets. Now let's jump into what we will learn in this session. So in today's session, we'll be talking on dashboards, which are the various types of dashboard platforms available. We'll talk on why we use Google Data Studio, how you can integrate with SurveyCTO, which are the different charts that one can use, how to select the right chart, what are the different dimensions, metrics, and other features that are important when we are designing a dashboard. And the last two topics will be related to data blending, how you can integrate two different data sets, like baseline, midline, endline, how you can integrate those data sets. And last slide will be related to best practices. At the end of the session, you will also get an opportunity to ask us questions. So now let's jump to the session. So first of all, let's talk about dashboards. Like, what is the importance of dashboards? What are the different types of dashboards that are available? What are the examples? And we'll also show a quick demo as well. So we all know that the dashboards leads to better quality, but how they lead to better data quality? So these are some of the important benefits. So it helps with understanding the ground challenges and field data quality. It helps track KPIs and help take data-driven decisions. It tracks fieldwork progresses. It provides better research and data insights compared to an Excel, and also it minimizes field survey errors. These are some of the common dashboards that we use on a day-to-day basis in our sector. One is like fieldwork monitoring, longitudinal data collection, where we are tracking baseline, midline, and endline respondents, then KPIs, then donor reporting dashboards, stakeholder reporting dashboards. So these are different types of dashboards that are commonly used across our sector. Now the question comes is like how the dashboard looks like, right? What are the ingredients? What are the content in it, right? So this is one example of how a dashboard looks like and how it helps. So here you can see it's a school impact assessment project screenshot where you can find like what is the day-wise survey status, what is the enumerator productivity, average survey duration, attrition rate, what are the different KPIs, how different location coordinates are captured. We'll also to share that how practically this looks on the screen. So as you can see this dashboard, so here like this is school impact assessment project. These are the different KPIs, productivity, and you can see this is a teacher's table. This is like male and female gender. If you click here, suppose if you want to see like how this teacher is performing, if I click here, you will see that it automatically, dynamically, it will change. It will give us the insights that what was the average pre-score for her students, what was the post score, how many surveys did she did during that day, like what was the overall review quality, what was the attrition rate. So you can see that in just one single click, you are able to see everything dynamically, right? No need to go through Excel files. Within just one click, you are able to see what is the overall picture from the field. So I'm not right now going much deeper into this, but let me again go back to our slides. So this is one example of the dashboard. Then there are also this type of different dashboards where if you can see this particular example where you can find like how much was the total sample and what was the overall sanitation facilities which was impacted. With just one click, you can actually understand like how is this hygiene, what is the medical facilities and all those things. This is another example where you can actually track what were the different vaccines for a public health project from starting from birth doses to 16-month doses. Like in just one click, you are able to understand like what is the ground reality of the vaccine coverage program. This is another example of longitudinal dashboard where we were actually tracking like different kids in different stages, and you can see everything is in front of you. No need to go through different Excel files, spreadsheets, and compare different data, right? Everything will be just in front of you. In just one click, you can able to see everything. This is also one of the another projects where we were actually tracking like what was the dropout children ratio, like what was the enrollment stages, and you can see in just one click, you are able to see like how many children were covered, how many were enrolled, how many were dropout. So no need to go through different Excel files and compare different variables and check like what are the insights. In just one click, you are able to see everything. So now the important question comes is like dashboards looks very fine, they are very good, but how to select a particular dashboard? Like what are the various dashboard platforms that are available? And like why we prefer Looker? Now the name is changed. Previously it was Google Data Studio, but now it's called Looker Data Studio. So why we are preferring that platform? So let's talk on that. So first of all, when we talk about selecting a dashboard platform, these are some of the points that one should keep in mind. So like whether this is ease of learning is there, whether is there any trial or free version available, what are the different visualization and sharing features, how easily you can integrate with SurveyCTO, because if it's not integrated, if it is not possible to integrate with SurveyCTO, then it doesn't make sense. So that is very important point when you are selecting a particular platform. Then whether this is a cloud based and how is its overall data security, then whether it supports multiple sources of data or not, how is the customer support, and last but the most important point for us as we are working in the development sector, whether this comes under affordable pricing or not. So these are some of the important points that one should consider when they are going to purchase any specific dashboard platform. These are some of the ready-to-use platforms available in the market. I'm sure like you might be knowing most of them. So Looker Google Data Studio is a Google product. Then it's a Power BI, Microsoft Power BI, Tableau is there, Zoho Analytics is there, Clipfolio and ClickUp is there. Everyone serves different purpose, and usually organizations select a particular platform depending on the requirements. Now, in most of our projects, we use Looker or Google Data Studio, and these are a couple of the reasons why we prefer that platform. First of all, it's a free to use and easy to share because we are working with the NGOs most of the time. The price is very crucial for them. So this is one of the important benefits. It's free to use, and again, you can easily share amongst your different teams. Then it's simple to learn. You can easily learn. There are lots of YouTube videos available. It will take hardly 2 to 3 hours to start learning the dashboard making on Google Data Studio. Then one-click integration with SurveyCTO. In just one click, you can easily integrate with SurveyCTO. Then most of the data visualizations are available on this platform. Then it also supports lots of advanced report sharing and collaboration features. Plus, you also get lots of export options and lots of connectors if you want to link with different sources. And also you can do lots of calculation fields. So these are some of the reasons why we prefer Google Data Studio. It can vary depending on the user requirement. But it also has certain limitations. So first of all, you will require a Gmail account to log into the Google Data Studio. Some organizations prefer Microsoft platforms. So if your organization prefer Microsoft platforms, then Google Data Studio might not be a good solution for you. Then it is not suitable for complex requirements and advanced visualizations. Also takes some time to the overall data. And if you're working with big data, then you will need some advanced technical knowledge like SQL, something similar to that. We are working with big data. And you might need paid connectors if you are working with any non-Google data sources. But it's a good option if you are working on a small data, if you have working with limited data sources and you have less budget. So you can consider like all these benefits and limitations and then decide whether it's a good platform or not for your use case. Now talking about integration with SurveyCTO, as I mentioned earlier, it's just one click integration with SurveyCTO is possible. You have to go to the export console of SurveyCTO server, just select your form, and on the right side you can see add connection. Just click there, select a spreadsheet and connect that spreadsheet to the SurveyCTO, and then just open a Google Data Studio, click blank report as you can see on the screen, and just select that particular spreadsheet, just click it and you are done. It will link. The whole process will hardly take few seconds. Now, once it gets linked, the question also comes like how to start designing it, what type of different charts and controls are available, right? So because what happens is most of the time, we start using any charts that we like, but we also need to understand the science behind selecting a particular chart. So I will be talking on that, but first let's see like what are the different charts and controls that are available. So most common charts that we use on a daily basis are actually available with the Google Data Studio. You can see tables, score charts, Google Maps, line chart, area chart, tree maps. Even the controls like drop-down list, input box, sliders, checkbox, all those things are available. And the good thing is, it is something similar to drag and drop of SurveyCTO. You just need to drag and drop and you will start designing the charts. Now, the question comes is like which chart to be selected, right? So first of all, we need to understand the statistics behind selecting a chart. So the statistics says that if you have only one variable and if it's a scale data, then you have to go with histogram. If it's a categorical, you can go with a pie chart or a bar chart or a bar chart. And if you are working with more than one variables, then you can select accordingly with its scatter chart or box plot or multiple stack charts. You can also decide like what are the number of variables or fields to show in a single chart when you are selecting a particular chart. So these are some of the charts and its description. You can go through that, like which chart should be used when. We'll be sharing the PPTs later on, but this is basically, we have tried to write it in just one sentence to understand that when exactly this chart should be used. Now, dimension metrics and other features. These are very important things. So we have selected the chart, we have linked the dashboard, but how to start? So in any dashboard, two things are most important. As we know in SurveyCTO, field type is very important. Field names are important. Labels are important. Here also dimension and metrics are very important. So dimension is basically what you are measuring, right? Under which thing you are measuring. It's usually a text or a GPS or a Boolean choice. And metrics are numbers, right? Metrics are basically what you are measuring. It can be a number, it can be a percentage, a duration, or a currency. It can be anything like which deals with numbers, and they can be further aggregated by average, count the string, maximum or minimum. Most of the time people get confused in dimension and metrics. That's why the thumb rule says that metrics are numbers, dimensions are what you are measuring, right? And if you want to identify, as you can see on the screen, dimensions are always green in color and metrics are always blue in color. So once you decide like this is my dimension and this is metrics, then you can start working on the form. Then what are the different field? So when you are starting, once you have defined metrics and dimensions, then you also need to define the field type. As you know, in SurveyCTO also field type is very important, right? If you are not defined field type correctly, then it can mess up your data. So field type, you have to define like which is the field type. You can go to edit data source and you can change the field type. Then you can also add the conditions of filter, whether to include or exclude any values. Like in SurveyCTO, we usually keep don't know, special codes like don't know, refusal, not applicable. So you want to add filters as well, that you do not want to add any data which has don't know or not applicable values. Then interactions are very important. You have to decide like what type of interactions you want as a filter control, right? So once you select a particular chart, all the other charts will be dynamically changed. So that comes under interactions. Then you also need to add certain calculate fields. For an example, if you have already the data something like 1 or 0 and you want to convert them into yes or no, then you can add a calculate field that will automatically calculate, or like how many number of yes or are there or number of no's are there, then you can add those calculate fields. And you have to define the data refreshness as well, that at what time this dashboard needs to be refreshed. So these are some of the important points in a dashboard. Now let's quickly jump into like how this looks like and how easily you can do this. So let me share my screen again on the dashboard. So as you can see here, like these are the score charts that I have used. The score charts looks like this. These are the score charts, and you can see this is the bullet chart, this is a gate chart, this is a time series, this is the open field, then these are the donut charts, these are the bar charts, these are the horizontal bar charts, this is the scatter chart, this is the tree map chart. So you can see in just one click, you are able to see like everything in front of you. And I have tried to keep most of the charts here to see like to get a feeling of how this looks like. So you can take any data-driven decisions with the help of just one click. Now, if you want to design this, it's very easy. See, I can just go here, add a chart. Suppose if I want to create table, I will just go here, I will click table, right? And in the dimensions, let's say I want to see the list of the schools. So I will just go here, dimension is school. I want to see like what is the record count of the student. So I will just take the matrix as student. If I just select student matrix, and you can see it's total students. Now I want to see like how many students are there in percentage. I will just go here. I will just count and comparison. I will just write percentage of total and it's done. See, you can see in just one click, you are able to see everything. Now, if I want to set another table, let's say I want to add a donut chart. I will just go to donut chart. I will select which is the dimension. Let's say I want to select gender. And here, we want to select record count. So you can see like how many females are there, how many males are there. If I want to add a control, something like a drop-down list, I will just click here, drop-down list, and it automatically selects a particular control field. Now I want to see, let's say, enumerator or teacher. And you can see it's the drop-down list. If I want to add an image, I will just go here and I will just select, let's say upload from computer, and I will select a particular image. And it's done. And if I want to add a header, I'll just go here, impact assessment project. So you can see in just a few seconds, you are able to design the dashboard. It's nothing like a rocket science. It's so easy to design. Anyway, let me go back Now, very important point is data blending. So when you are working with different data sets like baseline, midline, endline, and you want to see all the performances on the dashboard, right? Then you need to blend both the data sets. As you can see on the screen, it's a Facebook ads and LinkedIn ads, and we want to blend both of the data through tables, as you can see on the bottom of the table. So you will need to connect through a process called as data blending. Now, it's very simple process. The only challenging part or only tricky part is how to join. So you have to mention like what are the different, how you want to configure both of the data sets. So this is one example of which are the different options available. So basically there are 5 conditions. One is like left outer. So in the left outer, what happens is it will collect all the data from the left side, and from the right side, whichever matching rows is there, it will be connected. Now, if you talk on the right outer, it will match all the rows from the left table plus non-matching rows from the right table. And if you talk about inner, basically it will only intersect, it will only give the data which are matching, let's say baseline and endline, whichever IDs are matching, it will only pull those data. And when you talk about full outer, it will join all of the data, whether it was present in endline or whether it was present on baseline, midline, whatever. And the cross is basically returns every possible combination of rows from the left and the right tables. Most of the time, cross join is not used in our sector. Majorly, like full outer and inner are the commonly used platforms, commonly used joins. Then last 2 slides on like best practices. So as we have designed everything, we have seen like how the dashboard works and like what are the different types of platforms. We also need to understand like, first of all, working on any dashboard, we have to clean the data, right? So what are the best practices? And we have to have a checklist that whether all the points were completed or not. So these are the best practices for data cleaning. So every field should be unique. You should define all the field types and clean the data before working on a dashboard. You have to define the date field if there are multiple date fields. If there is qualitative data, try to make it as uniform as possible. Try to make more close-ended answers and numeric codes wherever it is possible. The most important point is define a unique ID column. Without that, it is impossible to analyze the data. And lastly, the field name should be small, unique, and descriptive in nature. So these are some of the basic steps of the data cleaning. And last slide about the dashboard checklist. So before working on the dashboard, this should be checklist that should be addressed before starting on the work. So first thing should be mentioned is like should be addressed by the dashboard. You need to first understand like what question should be addressed by this particular dashboard. You have like hundreds of data points. You do not want to capture all those things on a dashboard. So understand like what exactly are the pinch points that I want to address to the dashboard. Then what are the KPIs that needs to be answered, that are required to answer those questions, and how easily you can integrate with SurveyCTO, which different charts and graphs I need to use, and how you can update the dashboard, whether it's daily, weekly, or monthly, and like how you can share the dashboard with different stakeholders. And lastly, like what is the desired output, whether you want Excel, PDF, or online link. So this was the overall checklist that is very important. So I'm done with my presentation. I only had 20 minutes to complete, so I couldn't jump into more sections, but I tried my best. So thank you everyone for being so patient and kind enough to allow me to share my knowledge and experience on building dashboards. I will be happy to answer your questions and would try my best to answer them. And once again, thank you, SurveyCTO and Amrik and all the participants for this wonderful session. I hope you start building dashboards on your own and get more research insights for your M&E work. And lastly, for the partners program, best wishes to the SurveyCTO team for launching the partner program. And we are looking forward to participate in that. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Maulik, for the wonderful presentation. I must admit, I definitely refreshed my knowledge a little bit, and I think refined my thinking about a couple of those points. So it's certainly very valuable to me.